skin, the hood, front fenders, liftgate, and doors that give it the look. And many of those parts are manufactured here at nearby Drive Automotive. The parts begin as coils of steel. This coil is about to be transformed into doors. The cut sheet metal is fed into a tool and die, where it's stamped with 2,000 tons of pressure. After a series of refining presses, the inner doors emerge. They insert crash bars to reinforce the door in the event of a side impact collision. Then the inner door is joined with the outer door. This factory makes about 1,800 X3 doors every day. Then ships them 32 kilometers back to the BMW plant. The BMW X3 bodies are ready for their doors, fenders, hood, and tailgate. Known in the industry as hang-on parts. In BMW factories, people have always installed these hang-on parts. Until now. For the X3, the factory is using a new cutting-edge robotic process.
It was exciting to get the X3, to learn a new job on a smaller car, you know, and to see how the robots put the parts on versus how we would put the parts on the other cars.
The hang-on installation process is the most sensitive technique-driven process in the body shop. It's about perfectionism, and the robots give us exactly the same behavior every cycle. They don't vary.
But there's a challenge in installing any hang-on part.
Every part and every body has some variation to it. Dimensionally not identical, just like every house that you build is not exactly the same.
These robots are equipped with a laser and camera system that gives them an edge.
So what the camera system does is looks at the car and the door, determines the deviation of each one of those, and determines the best possible positioning. So it automatically self-adjusts to every single part and door that we have. has the part has got the sensors, and the sensors guide the robot into position. So the robot goes to a general position. The lasers fire, give it corrections, and it adjusts itself into place.
The robots work in teams. Fitting robots position the part. Then screwing robots bolt the parts in place.
All the robots are talking to each other in a coordinate system. So the fitting robot is telling the screwing robots exactly where the car is at, where to maneuver to. Everything has to work just perfectly.
Humans place the front quarter panels and fenders. But down the line, robots install the final hang-on part, the hood. The body is complete. To get here, it's been touched by 400 robots. But in the end, skilled human hands judge all the robotic work.
We are gloving for any defects in the car that comes up the line before it goes to the paint shop. This is the final inspection. The robotic process helps us down here because we don't get as many dents and defects down here because people are not actually handling the parts.
These raw metal bodies may look tough, but in this form, they're vulnerable to corrosion. That's about to change as they head to the next stage, the paint shop. If you're designing a luxury car to go off-road, you need to make sure the body and finish stand up to harsh conditions. And that happens in the paint shop. The job here is to give the vehicle a durable, glossy finish, but also to protect the steel underneath from corrosion. First up, a soapy degreasing bath to remove any residual oils or dust. The next tank is a kind of hot spring mineral bath for raw, naked car bodies.
Okay, now we have an X3 body entering the bath, the phosphate bath. As it goes in, it's going end over end. It's going to be totally upside down in the bath, going through this bath. The bath is made up of phosphoric acid and 3 metals in solution: zinc, manganese, and nickel.
The phosphate bath chemically etches the metal, making it easier for the paint to adhere and making the steel more corrosion resistant. This helps the SUV in the most demanding environments.
Okay, what we see now is we finished the phosphate process. After we formed the phosphate crystals on the body, you see it took on a much darker look. It took away that shiny look we saw in Body and White Body Shop.